Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of PowerCore Productions and Podcastings. I'm your host, Jerron Harrington, back to hit you with another video. And today, we have finally reached the end, the Season 1 finale for Chainsaw Man, the anime, Episode 12, titled Katana vs. Chainsaw. This is your Chainsaw Man anime review, and as always, if you're new to the channel, or if you're a regular and you like what we have to offer, then please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and hit that bell for post notifications so you can stay up to date on everything that is PowerCore Productions and Podcastings that has to come out now and in the future. This review, I'm going to be doing the review and then I'm going to do a little bit of an overall review, my thoughts on the anime as a whole for Season 1 and the future for the reviews for this channel. So that'll kind of give you the idea for the order. But anyway, with this episode, we started with where we left off last week as the newly made Special 4th Division started their assault on the terrorist group that had been after Denji, trying to steal his heart, the heart of the Chainsaw Devil. Now, Denji, along with the others, aren't entirely sure as to why this group in particular are after his heart, although it has been made clear that the Gun Devil has set his sights on Denji for whatever reason. Also, throughout the episode, we do get a lot of callbacks, especially to Himeno and Aki's relationship, seeing how much she meant to him. And I will say, for being a manga reader, even though I'm be the first one to admit, I don't always read the manga. It's not something I normally do. In fact, out of most manga that I do read, I'm only reading 2 shonen as they come out at the moment, that being Chainsaw Man, obviously, and Boruto. But other than those 2, everything else I read are typically just romance and rom-coms, from Nagatoro to Rent-a-Girlfriend. I admit to being the guy that reads Rent-a-Girlfriend, so yeah, take that with a grain of salt. But in either case, you do see the trauma of what Aki has gone through in losing Himeno. And we also see it play out in his fight against the Snake Devil. Now, one thing you do learn is that the Snake Devil has the ability to take the powers of any devil that it eats. So when Himeno tried to use her Ghost Devil to take out the Snake Devil, the snake ended up eating the ghost. But because of the ghost having the feelings and personality of Himeno absorbed into itself, because of that, that ghost side was able to resist the power of the snake and basically help Aki to avoid being killed. Also, we learn about the abilities of the Ghost Devil is that it only sees using fear, sensing people's fear. And because the 2 of them are combined, while the snake does get the power, it also gets the weaknesses. So because of this, when Aki no longer has fear in his heart, when he's no longer feeling fear, the Snake Devil, with the powers of the ghost and his weaknesses, is pretty much powerless against him. So he's pretty much able to defeat the Snake Devil as well as capture the user, the woman. I can't remember her name, and honestly, after this episode, she doesn't really mean anything anyway. So let's just say the Snake Woman, who's been working with the Katana Devil. She ends up getting captured by Aki as well as Kobini, who has stealth on 100. Her stealth badge is Hall of Fame. And again, like I've always said, the sad part is that Kobini hates her job. If she didn't hate her job, she'd truly be a force to be reckoned with. And even Aki, when he asks her, "Why are you still here? I thought you quit," she says they're giving out bonuses. So, she's just here for the money. If it weren't for the money, she wouldn't be here. But, it is what it is with Kobini. Hashtag prayers for that girl, because truly, she just gets traumatized to a point where it's like, you just need a hug at some point. But anyway, we follow along with Denji and Power as they continue their hunt for the katana. They're going through the elevator floors, and on one floor in particular, Power just decides to jump into a horde of zombies and start killing them, showing off her impressive skills and her combat prowess, showing how it's grown. And I didn't think about it at first until now, but you really do have to appreciate that detail. When you think about Power, her abilities to control blood, having the Blood Devil and all that stuff, it would be to her detriment to use up almost all of her blood to make big, bulky weapons. As you saw in the beginning of the series, when she would create that large blood hammer that she would use, that large mallet, that yeah, it could do damage, but it ended up draining her as well. Instead, she creates 2 blood daggers, and she uses her speed, her reflexes, and she's taking out the zombies effectively. So I do like that detail in terms of their power and seeing their growth in skill, no pun intended. Then we have Denji going up against the Katana Devil. Now, I've tried to find his name, but officially he doesn't have one, so he's just Katana Devil. And even though I've already read it, can I just say, I hate this guy. I truly hate this guy. Like, I am so glad that he is gone, because I'll just say this, I'm the type of guy, I hate the characters who try to play the victim in a situation they have no reason to play the victim in. And I mean, just, this guy's whining about his grandpa. You killed my grandpa. And I know it's going to sound like I'm going on a stupid rant. I don't care. I mean, this might be the last review I ever do, so I might as well go out with a bang. But seriously, he just whines and complains about his grandpa. Your grandpa was a no good gangster-loving piece of scum. He was nothing but a piece of shit, and I'm glad he's dead. Honestly, Denji's a better person than me, because I would have just gone off and tried to piss him off in the worst way. Seriously, he's like, you lie. My grandfather, he loved you. My grandfather was a good man. No, your grandfather was a piece of shit. He was a no good piece of shit. And I'm glad that Denji chopped him up into little pieces. Little zombie hamburger meat. Honestly, I would have grilled him up and served it to you, you dumb son of a... Oh, God, I hate this guy. Seriously, if you ever want to know the type of characters I can't stand, think Danzo from Naruto and think Katana Devil from Chainsaw Man. Those type of characters, I cannot stand those type of characters, which shows how well written they are, because truly, I hate them with every fiber in my body. Honestly, Danzo, oh my god, I might make a rant about Danzo one day about just why I hate him. Also, side note, I finally caught up on Attack on Titan, and this might piss off some people. If not, I don't care. Hashtag Eren Yeager did nothing wrong, and I will stand by that. But that's besides the point. Anyway, we get the away fight between the Chainsaw Devil and between the Katana Devil. Chainsaw Man versus Katana Man, the rematch. And we see how Denji, he's able to fight, his reflexes are a lot better, his battle instinct a lot sharper, but we do see Katana Devil does still hold the slight advantage. We see their fight on the subway, which, may I say, choreographed excellently. Truly did love seeing the work that went into the choreography for this fight. Definitely top tier, might make fight of the year. Although I will say with Chainsaw Man, in terms of their fights, they don't have many that turn into the long style knockout dragon kind of fights, mainly because Chainsaw Man does not subvert to the trope of having two people fight and talk a whole bunch while they're fighting. Like, they talk while they're fighting, but it's not one of those situations like Naruto and Dragon Ball Z where a fight could literally drag out for stretches of episodes at a time. Instead, it's just one of those situations where you have the fight, it's usually quick, it's fast, it's to the point. And that makes a lot of sense when you think about the world that they live in. This isn't the kind of world where you're trying to get into a long, drawn-out fight. You want to end these fights as fast as possible, or at least as fast as you will try to end them. So that's just another detail that I appreciate with this series. However, Denji, he does still get caught on the back foot as he ends up losing both of his arms, and the only chainsaw that he has left is the one on his head. The Katana Devil, man, he pretty much goes in for the final strike, and we see the two do the typical anime cross paths one time, and we see who got the better of who. And it looks like Denji ended up getting beat because the chainsaw on his forehead ends up breaking off, and Katana Devil feels like he's gotten the win. But Denji reminds him to see past deception, something that I feel is a little callback to Naruto. You definitely see a lot of the Naruto vibes with Denji, in terms of his fighting style being one of those unorthodox kind of fighters who kind of just goes with the flow, thinks on his feet sort of thing. And he literally does, as he causes a chainsaw to grow out of his leg, similar to how he does growing out both of his forearms, something that the Katana Devil did not see coming, and as a result, he ends up getting sliced in half. But he's not dead. At least not yet, anyway. But anyway, Denji gets the win over the Katana Devil, and the rest of the 4th Division. They're able to take out the terrorists. They're capturing everybody who they haven't already killed yet. And we see Makima giving the final report on everything that they found. So we learned that the Gun Devil has basically been helping out the Yakuza in Japan. And in exchange for the help that they give the Gun Devil, because it's basically the embodiment of the fear of guns, it's able to supply them with more than enough guns and ammunition. And seeing how many deaths the Gun Devil has been able to cause, it's feared for a reason. And we also see Makima, how she's pretty much setting everything in motion as the 4th Division turns their sights to preparing to launch their attack, as the Gun Devil is going to be on his way. Also, we get a nice moment at the end of the episode where we see everyone relaxing, unwinding, and I'm not gonna lie, it really got to me, especially because the author, he says you're not supposed to get attached to a lot of these characters because, not going into spoilers, a lot of these characters are not going to make it. You know, it's one of those things, I kind of compare it to Jujutsu Kaisen in a way. And as much as that might suck, I think these type of stories make you appreciate the characters a lot more, if only because you know that how long they're in the story or how long they're in your life, it's not something that can last forever. You know, I know people give, like Boruto a lot of crap and things of that nature, but I mean, the one thing you gotta say is, like, they haven't gone down the route of just killing off everybody. Like, honestly, the only major death that we had was Kurama. And even then, the loss of Kurama, I've never viewed it as much of a bad thing, if only for the fact that it's one of the losses that it makes sense why the loss would happen. You know, like the whole thing with Barry on Mode. I'll probably get into it at a later point in time, but I really didn't mind the Kurama death. And I mean, it's not like anyone from the previous generation has died. If anything, Naruto probably made the habit of not killing off enough people. Because for those of you who don't know or not, when it comes to Masashi Kishimoto, the author of Naruto, there were a lot more people who were supposed to die in that series who didn't, solely because of their popularity in the anime, and pretty much the people who Shonen Jump wouldn't allow him to kill off these characters. But I mean, a lot of characters, I mean, sometimes when it's your time to go, it's your time to go. You know, I'm not saying make a habit of just killing off everyone for the shock value, but I do think that there is something to it to say that there are some characters who just need to go. I mean, you think about it like Chainsaw Man, and you think about Naruto, you think about Jujutsu Kaisen, and you think about these series, and you would think that in a world like Naruto, more people in the main cast would die, given the profession that they have, the lives that they live, the stuff that they do. And I'm not saying that just to be like, oh, they just need to die, but I'm just saying, in the world of Naruto, I mean, it's not uncommon for a lot of ninja to die. And I feel like a lot of the people who did survive only survived because they were a part of the main cast. People like Choji, people like Kiba, for example. Even Neji and Rock Lee, by all intents and purposes, probably should have died off in part 1, somewhere along those lines. And they would have been better off for it, because at that point you've kept them alive for so long. I think what makes the Neji death so bad, not just how it was handled, it's the fact that when you look back at how Neji was handled as a whole, he probably would have been better off dying in part 1 and serving as a motivator for Hinata to get better as a ninja, as opposed to just dying in the war. I mean, if those were your two options, I think you definitely would have gone with that one anyway. So that's my thoughts on that. But anyway, we have the episode come to an end, and we see Denji standing in front of a door in his dreams. Behind that door, we hear the voice of Pochita, and Denji, he wants to try to hold Pochita in his dreams, but Pochita warns him not to open the door. He can never open this door. So what is the significance of the door? I won't spoil it for you, but it does play a role in this story. So definitely keep that in mind as the series continues. And then finally, the episode closes off with a little tease of what's potentially to come in season 2 with a new character stepping into the story. For those of you who don't know who she is, her name is Riza, and she's definitely something else. A lot of people would say she's the best girl of the series. I still believe in power supremacy, all day, every day. I don't care. I will change her, but that's besides the point. Anyway, we do get a little preview of what's to come in season 2, so definitely a lot to look forward to, and I think the anime definitely ended off strong. So again, what exactly is season 2 going to be? Now, I have a few guesses as to what they can do. I already can tell what storyline they're going to be going into in season 2. What I'm questioning is, when will it take place? Now, for a studio like Studio Mappa, I'm going to be under the assumption that they've done one of two things. Either season 2 has not been processed, or they haven't started recording or animating or anything like that. So if that's the case, we might not get season 2 at all in 2023, and it might come early or mid 2024. Or, and this is something that they could have done, is they've probably recorded the first 24, 25 episodes, and they're just breaking it up and releasing it at different points in time. So similar to how they did Spy X Family this year, early in the beginning of the year, around March, is when they show what you could call season 1, technically the first 12 episodes. And it wasn't till this year in October and up until this past weekend that they showed the remaining episodes 13 to 25. So if that's the case, then they might show a second half of episodes around the springtime. Again, that hasn't been announced, but that is a potential option. Or they might just wait a full year and come back to doing Chainsaw Man again around next October, September, or October-ish, to kind of, round out the fall and the winter, if you so will. And if that's the case, then going a full year, I don't think that'll be bad at all. I mean, seeing just how much of the story they were able to cover in just 12 episodes, I don't think they'll catch up to the manga anytime soon. The manga recently just restarted after going on its temporary hiatus. It has been going on since over the summer, the second half of the story. So for the first half, looking at the arc that they're going to cover, they can definitely cover it all in the next episode if it's only 12. Or they could go the My Hero Academia route, where the first season of My Hero was only 12, 13 episodes, and every other season since has been around 24, 25 episodes. So they could also go down that road as well. So it'll remain to be seen. And then finally, am I going to cover season 2? Now, I'm not the type of person that, begs for likes, comments, and views, things of that nature. People like what they like. If they like some content I make, great. If they don't like it, that's fine also. And with this, I'm going to be completely honest. I have taken note of the fact that not a lot of people watch these reviews. This isn't the most popular series on my channel. At most, I've only gotten, the bare average is around 70, 80 views. And that's going back to when I started doing this thing, at the beginning in October-ish. And now we're in December. And the last video only got 55 views. So I don't expect this video to do much better. In fact, this probably might be the lowest viewed video on my channel so far. And I don't have any ill will in that regard, because this was something I wanted to do on my own. I wanted to challenge myself to see if I could review an anime consistently from start to finish. And I am very proud of the fact that I was able to do so. I don't regret making these videos. It was a lot of fun. I wasn't able to use actual footage or things of that nature, I'm a small channel, and I already get enough copyright claims for a lot of videos that I do make. So, I'm trying to toe that line, because you never know, one of these days the powers that be over there in Japan might get wind of who and what I am and just shut everything down. And I'm not even as big as someone like, say, Naruto Explained / Kryptonian Saiyan, or Totally Not Mark, or someone along those lines. I'm not Tekken 101. I'm just a small channel trying to get on the rise. So I just try to keep my head clear and avoid, any major copyright problems as much as I can. But personally, I've had a lot of fun. Chainsaw Man is one of the first few shonens that I've read from start to continuation. One of the few. I've read Full Metal Alchemist. I did read Naruto. I went back and read through all of the manga. I read through all of Dragon Ball. It's pretty much the basics. I'm currently, following along with Boruto, following along with One Piece. So, to be able to do this review, I'm truly happy. I'm truly happy that I was able to see this through from start to finish. I am going to be leaving a poll on the comments in the community tab, and you guys will get to vote. If season 2 comes out, do you want me to review it or not? And if enough people don't want me to, I won't do it. But even still, I'll still have season 1 completely reviewed. And if that's where it ends, I'm happy with it. Maybe I'll take another crack at reviewing animes at another day and time. Maybe this isn't my strong suit. But all in all, I was happy to be able to do this. I've truly enjoyed Chainsaw Man every week. The animation, again, I can't really comment. I'm not some pro animation type of guy. I can't point out every frame as being good or bad. I mean, I'm this type of guy. I still enjoy Seven Deadly Sins, and I can see the bad animation in that series. But still, it's just about liking what you like, enjoying what you enjoy, and whether it's Seven Deadly Sins, whether it's Boruto, Chainsaw Man, Jujutsu Kaisen, it doesn't matter. Just like what you like, and just don't be a jerk about it. And I have definitely enjoyed reviewing this anime. So I want to say thank you to everyone who has taken time to watch my reviews. Thank you to everyone who is a part of the PowerCore Productions and Podcasting's family. This is the last video of the year for me until 2023, when we start back up with our new slate of stories and everything else. So until then, enjoy your vacations, your holidays, whatever you celebrate, or if not, enjoy the time with your family, loved ones, or enjoy your own time. Wherever you are and wherever you may be listening, be smart, be safe, enjoy the rest of 2022, and I hope to see you all back at the beginning of 2023. We're going to hit the ground running. We got a lot of new stuff to get into, a lot of new stories, a lot of new beginnings, and I can't wait for you all to experience it with me, so truly thank you. But anyway, that's going to do it for the end of today's video. I'm Javon Harrington with PowerCore Productions and Podcastings. Signing off, and I'll see you next time.